Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Real Housewives of Moto. It is just me today and we are doing it real basic. So if the audio sounds different, we got the mini mic. I am working weird hours this week, so staying late, working in the office, doing this on my lunch break. So no idea what episode this is going to be because I am recording, oh my gosh, I'm recording an episode in the next week or so, we shall say, that I am more excited about than I think I've ever been for anything in Moto ever. So do with that what you will. So I don't even know what number this is going to be. There you go. All right, we are coming off of a big weekend. Redbud, happy 250th birthday, America. The only American on the podium was Ryder D. Ryder, holding it down for the United States. If you're new here, I'm a big Ryder D fan. I actually was checking my picks, and last week was like the first time I didn't put Ryder up. I think I was just trying to play reverse psychology. But I have big hopes for this kid, and he showed up this weekend. So Ryder went what did he do? 6'3" for third overall. He was just like beaming on the podium. It was so cute. Like he was so stoked, and he was the only one to hold the flag up for America. So thanks, Ryder. If you have been living under a rock, the World Cup is happening. So, for all you people who hate stick and ball sports, I don't really care about soccer until World Cup either. But I did see something the other day with Erling Haaland, the Norwegian player, and his girlfriend, Isabel Hogseng Johansson. I'm sure I'm butchering that because it's super Norwegian, but he's like blonde and tall and she's a brunette and gorgeous. And I made a meme. I'll have to share it, but I was like going to tell my kids that this is Mikkel. I used to say this correctly and now everybody says it wrong. And now I say it wrong, but it's Mikkel. I'm going to tell my kids that picture of them is Mikkel and Matea. I love the Euros. I love them. So on America's 250th birthday, we had all of the international talent. Good Lord. Also, while I'm on this European train of thought, this is what happens when I don't have Katie to bounce things off of. My ADHD is just going to go crazy. Can we talk about Cornelius Tondel for a second? His girlfriend is also a RHoMie, Azra Vermeeren, I believe is her last name. Again, y'all, with these last names, I'm so sorry. I'm butchering them. But Tondel has been on the radar for a hot minute and had some super secret inside sources telling me about the Cowie stuff. And I did hear Kellen say it a couple weeks ago, or someone mentioned that Kellen knew, but it just cracks me up that like when Steve doesn't know something, Mathis, he hates it. And the fact that this is actually happening is insane to me. So I wish Corndog all the best. I think he might get to work with Rango, which obviously I'm a big fan of Rango. Chase doesn't do anything. So that would be beyond cool. Hearing that he has been on the bike in California and he loves it. And I mean, I think anytime you go from like a privateer level team to a factory level team, there's like a little bit of shock. It's just like, oh, this is what we're running up against. So Cowie needs that. Cowie needs some good energy around there. Garrett has been incredible. Just I think it was on one of Lewis's pods, all the mini pods that he does, that he said something like if we haven't been paying attention to Garrett getting, let's see, what did Garrett get last weekend? He went 5-6 for fifth. Like that's a good day. Like that's what we expect. Like, good job. Speaking of Chase posted an update on his Instagram stories of him like rehabbing the knee. And thank God he posted like the actual picture of like his PT or whoever that was, because the first two pictures that he posted with his knee, I was like, homie, are you rehabbing in jail? Like it was the most like basic looking jail cell room. I was like, I do not know what's going on, but apparently that is like probably where he's doing extra PT. Yeah, it wasn't like where he's staying, thank the Lord, because it looked basic. It looked like a jail cell, like I said. So I do not think we will see Chase back this year at all. I do think that he is going to get somehow out of his contract, which is crazy. We had mentioned this on a couple pods back that Japan is not stoked on potentially Cowie USA losing another top rider. It's not a good look. Chase has a great agent, and so I know that they will work their magic there. But yeah, I could see the Honda thing because he's got, good feelings about the bike. But really, I think the only one that could pay Chase what he's worth would be Star. And that's factory Yamaha on the 450s. Like, yes, Bobby would be involved. And we know Bobby's done crazier things and he does not give a rat's ass about contracts. So we will see what happens there. I can't even imagine like what Chase is thinking right now. And he's probably just thinking like, I'm going to get my body back. I'm going to get back to, fighting. It would be wild to see him on a Yamaha. I cannot imagine a world where him and Hayden are on the same team. But at the end of the day, I'm like, two hot-headed, super talented riders like that, like maybe iron sharpens iron. So I could see it. We've talked about the Honda thing ad nauseum, whether it was Phoenix or HRC, whatever. So we don't need to dive into that. But I do miss having Chase at the races. I think 2028 will be fascinating. So next year we know Hayden's moving up in Supercross. Obviously, we have Lucas Coonan, which we'll talk about Coonans when we talk about Southwick. We could have Chase back. Who knows on what bike? Potentially healthy Jet. What is going on with Jet, man? I mean, this is just yikes. And Hunter. I think Supercross next year, and even the year after that, like if you're thinking like if Cole Davies wins a championship again and then Cole moves up, like 2028 is going to be bananas. So we are in a great place when it comes to dirt bikes right now. I mean, just look at the 450s from this weekend. Like you have Jet and Hunter doing their weirdness. You have Hayden getting there, finally beating Jet. I mean, Hayden coming from last. Just chaos. And the good thing about Hayden, what his strongest suit is that he learns quickly. So he learns from other riders. He learns from riders at Star. He said he's, learned from Max Anstey about how to do starts. And so he's gonna pick up on all of those things. I cannot wait. I told my husband, I was like, I don't have the schedule yet. I've seen a few tentative leaked versions of the schedule for next year. One new location in the leaked ones I've seen. So I'm not gonna talk about it yet because it's not finalized. But it's going to be a good year. I have one more race this year, so I'm going to Vegas, going to the finale, which has been in Vegas, in Missouri, and my kiddos are coming. It is my oldest birthday. It was last year, and I didn't get home until like midnight because my flights coming home from Vegas SMX were delayed. So he's coming with us. So me, my husband, both my kids, my mom and my dad, we got a little Airbnb, and so we're going to make it a whole thing. So I have to find myself 6 tickets till SMX, and I would really love to get my kiddo a track walk. So if you got a connection, let me know. Speaking of track, let's talk about Redbud. Holy cow. So Friday, I'm watching the weather, because that's like all my friends are there. They start getting there on Thursday. Friday, there's some pockets. There's some pockets going around. So I'm watching it. Seems like it comes out of nowhere, like just barreling in there. And so now that I've like talked to some of my friends post Friday, they were like, yeah, it got really dark and then it just was chaos. And so there's like easy ups everywhere, like Honda, poor Dan Truman and the Lawrence VIP. This was the first time they'd taken it to Moto this year, ever? Definitely this year. But they lost like a whole bunch of stuff. Like Dan posted that he was like, if you see Lawrence memorabilia in lot B, like let me know. Because they have a lot of cool stuff in there. Like they've got trophies and boots and helmets and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Friday was nuts. Like it did not look fun at all. That was when my FOMO was, as it got wetter, my FOMO dried up. So track looked disastrous. Like there were parts of it where you could see the track was like running under the fence, like in the rain. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what are they going to do? But apparently, I'm sorry, I didn't look up the name of the track owners, but people messaged me that they were like, these are the best track owners in like the whole country. And they got it done. There's a video I'm sure you guys have seen of like the 2 bulldozers on the starting gate just pushing slop out of the way. Like it's just slop. But by the time racing came around, like the racing was great. So it dried out enough to be okay. I think there were still some like wet spots, but really like the racing was good. So kudos to Redbud track crew. That was crazy. If you were there on Friday and survived it, thoughts and prayers. Also loved all the patriotic kits. I love specialty kits. And this one, like everybody, as I'm saying it, everybody except Joe Shimoda, which like Joe wears Fox and he was wearing like the blue and green neon, like which we've seen before. So I was like, did Joe like not get the memo? Did Fox like not get him his kit? Like did he just decide like I'm not gonna do it? Cause I don't know what that was. But anywho, it was so funny to see like a whole gate of just like red, white, and blue, like in all the different forms. And then Joe just be like sticking out. But oh my gosh, I loved Jet and Hunter's Alpine Stars gear, head to toe, nailed it. Jet's 100% goggles, Hunter's Alpine Stars goggles, like it just, all of it was beautiful. But my favorite, which should not come as any shock because I posted it like 10 times, was Ducati with Justin and Dylan and Antonio Cairoli in TLD. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Like I loved it. I love when Antonio comes over. I love Jill. Her birthday was yesterday. Shout out. I was so sad that I will not be able to go to any of the races that Jill and Tony are going to be at because I love them. And that gear was incredible. So good job, Tony Cairoli. Somebody was telling me they had like a senior designer leave there recently, which is funny because I think the Fox on the gear design team, whatever, had a senior designer leave too. But whoever they hired at TLD that is involved in it, like you're nailing it. You're knocking it out of the park. I love it. Also love Justin Barsha's VTF is a kilometer shirt. BAM TV is back. And so they had a lot of fun with that. I also love, if you know, Justin is married to a Brit, Amber. So I love the VTF is a kilometer shirt. Also like, America, you're so cringy. Like, can we just adopt the metric system already? Like, anyhow, excuse me. Other things, around the pits and moto this week. Oh, Fly releasing whatever this chest protector is that I didn't, y'all, I did not click into it. I just am here for the campaign. Holy cow. JT is ripped. Also, I love that JT like posted it on his own stories and was getting all artsy. Like JT was like living for this moment, living for the comments, living for the memes. Like I love JT. Like he is such a gift to the sport. And when you look at him and you look at like his social media and like all that he does for the sport, like it's crazy. I don't know how he does all that he does. Like going back and forth to Europe and everything at Fly and then being on TV and sticking to a workout and eating regimen. Like I'm very impressed with JT. So if you did not see the post about the chest protector or whatever it is that Fly launched, it's incredible. JT's a gift. Let's see. We had kind of teased a little bit about Kenny potentially riding for the United States for Motocross of Nations. Those talks were happening. They were absolutely happening. I talked to some people in Europe who were like, holy crap, like the German Federation would like lose their minds, which yeah, probably would with good reasoning. But he is a dual citizen, I believe. So he has German and American citizenship. And both Ken and Eli have always wanted to be teammates, and doesn't look like that'll ever happen in a traditional setting. And since we still don't know what's going on with Eli, and it was a long stretch for Ken to ride for America. But anyhow, that is not happening, sadly. But Ken is going to be doing something else that weekend, not dirt bike related. So we will see what is coming. But it's a lot cheaper for me to go to this than it is to go to France. So we'll put it that way. I've loved watching Kenny and Courtney in like the off season. Like they were in England for a Suzuki off-road thing, and now he's out at Ironman. Like, Kenny, you gonna come? You gonna come back? You gonna give us a national? You gonna come to Ironman? So I just think that's the best. Also, Kenny posting that he got a haircut, which is hilarious. It's when I was getting my haircut yesterday, and I texted Courtney and I was like, Courtney, your man cannot post that he got a haircut with a pile of hair on the floor and not post the after. So we still don't have a picture, but she assured me that, I think her words were, he's back to fighting shape or something like that. I kind of feel like their hair, like his hair during the season, like as it just got longer and longer and he was wearing like the headband to pull it back, it was kind of like a Samson thing, you know? It's like, well, if I cut it, like, is this my strength? So hopefully we get a picture of Kenny's hair, not Shane's wig, like he said. So let's see. Let's talk some results from Redbud. So we'll go 250s first. Cole Davies. So Cole Davies goes 1-2. Cole is incredible. I talked about this earlier about, you know, if he defends the title next year, I assume he would go West Coast because he's going to be the best that Star has. And you kind of want to put West on the best on the West, you know, to open the season and like ride that hype or whatever. He did it on East because Hayden was West. Yeah. So he would have both. I think when he moves up, like I said, 2028, like he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like he has so much natural talent, and at the age he's at right now and the decisions he's making on the track, like I don't like when you put him up against Joe, like I do not understand some of the decisions that Joe makes. Like his racecraft is crappy sometimes, but Cole's is not. It's the opposite. And I'm just so impressed with Cole Davies. So that could be the future of Star. Can you imagine? 2028, Hayden, Chase Sexton, and Cole Davies? Like, first of all, that's expensive AF, but weirder things have happened. That would just be so crazy. So I'm a big Cole Davies fan. Cole has figured it out. I think it's going to come down to Cole and Joe. Unfortunately, Ryder D started slow, and so he's a significant distance out of the championship running. But I think he could absolutely get in there and make it spicy. I think Casey Cochran could. Casey Cochran does not have a ride. He was one of the ones with RJ who does not have a ride. Not RJ. RJ was already up. Malcolm from Husky, who do not have a ride with Husky folding. I think Casey is one of those people that has really shown pockets of success, but he has been so plagued by injury that like we just haven't been able to see it. So if he could put together an entire motocross season of decent results like this, so he went 5-4 for 4 overall, like that bodes really well. So there's not a whole lot of openings in 250s. Does that mean that he drops down to, you know, privateer team, a B-level team, and then kind of like proves himself and works himself back into the conversation of a factory position? I think that's totally viable. So good job, Casey Cochran. We talked about Joe, talked about Ryder D, Levi Kitchen. 4-5 for 5 overall. I don't understand what's going on with Levi. He just makes the weirdest mistakes. And I said this on a reel or something, but like, I don't know if he's going to be one of those guys that's like Garrett Marchbanks, who get on a 450 and it just clicks for them, because like Garrett, Levi is a tall dude. He's big. but like he's never been the aggressive one, except for the Deegan takeout. I think he just saw red. So I can't figure out Levi. I did think it was interesting. I can't remember if DB said it on Main Event Moto or if he said it on the DB show, but I had the same thought when they showed the piece about him and his girlfriend Brooke going fishing at each round. And the first part of me, the like savage, motocross is hardcore part of me is like, you go fishing at every round, like you need to be locked in. You need it, you know. But the other side of that is like Cole Davies and Cade Manier having a dance party inside the Yamaha rig right before. So DB said something like, you need to lock in and you need to, not be fishing on Friday or whatever. But I'm like, hey, if that's what works for him and that's what gets him in the zone, like, okay, like, let's do it. But he has been off and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I don't know. I'd be curious to see how much fish he catches on Friday in correlation to his race results. That would be interesting. Okay, thanks. Caden Dudney was 6. He went 2:12. Good night. But this kid, he's going to figure it out. He's going to put it together. He is a baby. He is young and he is a savage. And so he is learning. I don't think that he is going to get clipped by Star. I think there's some other changes going on Star. Obviously, Max Yancey leaving effective immediately. His World Supercross deal was announced today. So we know that's where he wanted to ride. He can make more money that way. Chance Hymas goes 8-6 for 7th. That was a good day for Chance. It was consistent. I still think Chance is figuring things out coming back from injury. I mean, he's done both ACLs now. Like, that's brutal to come back from. Carson Mumford going 11-7. And our boy Cade Manier going 9-9 for 9. I freaking love Cade Manier. This kid cracks me up. I've become friends with his girlfriend, who is lovely. And she was up there for this weekend. And she had this, like, super cute, like, 4th of July nails. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the whole Manier camp. Caden is putting in the work for an excellent, like, learning year. And I think next year, especially in Supercross, like, we gonna see some big things. And then 10th place, Nate Thrasher, 10 for 10. Nate, thinking of silly season, I have not heard anything about where he's going to land. I've heard discussions, but sounds like for sure he's out at start. So that is 250s. Let's talk a little 450s. So Hunter goes 2-1. And we'll talk about Jet in the same breath. Goes 1-5. So there's been a lot of talk about Jet winning that first moto after Hunter went down late and him coming off and like throwing his helmet down and then the like, moving the camera out of his face and all that. And yes, I think that Jet is frustrated because he can't ride to his full potential. I think there definitely is something going on with the injury. I think that he's probably pushed it a little too hard. But at the same time, Hunter's equally pissed. Maybe not equally, but he is not happy. And I remember like when I was at Vegas and they came off the track and that's when Hunter was leading and Hunter just couldn't close it down and Jet passed him and Jet ended up winning. These boys like want Hunter to win straight up. And I feel like he's the best he's ever been. I know that. I don't feel that. And Jet is not. And so for Jet to win on Hunter going down, they're frustrated. The other side of it that I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a woman, maybe it's because I'm a mom, I don't know, is that it is rumored that the Lawrences all share communally their finances. So mom, dad, Emma, Dazzy, Tate, their brother, Jet, Hunter's wife, Cynthia, Jet's got Dylan, but they're not married. Dylan's arguably got her own money. So you're making financial decisions for a lot of people. And if you're going 1-2, then you're good. But obviously, like, there's different bonus structures for them, which we could get into that. Like, it sounds like Jet is renegotiating contract discussions, but we know that Hunter's was a lot less than Jet. So now, like, when Hunter goes to renegotiate his contract extensions, if Jet doesn't get this together and he's still injured, like, I could see him, like, having a really bad week and then just calling it a day on Moto and trying to rehab for Supercross. I don't want that to happen. But what does it look like when Hunter is now the more valuable Lawrence and Honda has to come up with that money? So does Honda get Hunter for like a steal? Or at that point, does someone swoop in a la Bobby Reagan or Yamaha and offer him more money? I don't think that they're ever going to separate. I mean, maybe they could and they'd still train together. I can't imagine a world where like Honda, say he goes to Cowie, say Hunter goes to Cowie. I can't imagine a world where Honda and Cowie are just like, yeah, let them train together. Like, because they're going to be sharing information. I think their secret weapon is that they're testing the same thing. Well, they're testing the same bikes, but different parts, like they're on their bikes and they're set up very similar, very different from Joe's, but similar to each other. And they go out and test 2 parts and then they'll switch. Like, that's their secret sauce. Aside from the fact that they know that they can ride each other like really hard because it's going to be really clean. So anyhow, I think that's the part we're not thinking about is like they really want Hunter to win on merit. And that was just another just stupid mistake from Hunter and Jet capitalizing on it, which, you know, obviously like we want them to go 1-2. Jorge Prado got to throw himself in the mix for 3-2. I cannot figure out Jorge. Like, I think Mathis said he was up by 9 at one point and lost by 11. Like, what is happening? I don't understand. Like, we have gone through every scenario, like, oh, he doesn't know the tracks because last year he wasn't really racing. He just kind of quit. He can't ride in the heat. Okay, well, this isn't even the hottest track yet. Also, Lewis brought up that, like, do not remember Indonesia when you were racing in the GPs. Like, it was the most humid ever. I don't get it. Like, he can ride a wide bike, and like we all know that it's been frustrating to a number of riders, a la Cooper Webb. But I just don't understand dropping so hard at the end of the moto. It was a couple races ago, like AP, like when he realized AP was behind him, it was his teammate. Like then he takes off. I don't know what it is. It's just strange that things happen at the end of a moto for Jorge Prado. Anywho. RJ Hampshire quietly going 4-4 for fourth. Garrett Marchbanks again quietly 5-6 for 5. Hayden Deegan going 10-3 for 6. Hayden got caught up in the AP stuff. Oh gosh, you guys see the post of AP and the stitches on his booty? Like him and Dino and their poor butts. But AP has had the worst luck this year. Kendall, his wife, shared a story of all of the sage delivery she was having sent to her house. So they're going to sage the bad luck out of their house. But Hayden got caught up in that and fought back to 10th, which of course the Deaganites are going to be like, he went from last to 10th. And to that I say, Chase went from 40th to first. So I love the narrative that the Deaganites are crafting in this, where there was some belief that he would come in and just dominate, you know, the I love Dylan Conrake shirt and all that. I think that there was a part of them that was like, we're going to come in and we're going to be competitive. And I'm not saying he's not competitive. I mean, like he's third overall, but did we think that like he was going to be struggling with Jorge Prado? No. So that has been a fun one to watch. Mikkel Harp in 7th for 7-7 overall, pretty consistent. Cooper Webb, 8-8 for 8th overall. Dylan Ferrandis for 6-10 overall. Justin Barsha, 9-9 overall. Skipping Jordan Smith, he went 11-12. And then you have the other Ducati, Antonio Cairoli, for 12-13. So all of the Ducatis pretty much 9 through 12. I mean, it's been an interesting go for Ducati. We are hearing that both the automatic re-ups on their contract for Dylan and Justin are not looking like they're going to get there. 5th in points overall. And so I just don't know that that's going to happen. We are hearing that RJ Hampshire is going to go to Ducati, but have not heard that he is actually signed, which is interesting. That probably means that he's got other options on the table. So curious to know what happens with that. We do know that AP has signed with Triumph, a 2-year deal, and they have kept Jordan Smith. Now, on the 250 side, holy cow. I mean, we know Scuba Steve was let go. We know Styles Robertson was let go. I think the Styles thing was more budgetary. I think the Scuba thing, like Scuba and Coker apparently don't get along. And we know all the Coker to Cowie and Chase stuff. So what the hell is going on at Triumph? I know there's personal drama between people. It's chaotic. So our boy Mikkel, dang it. Everybody's got me saying it wrong now, and I'm self-conscious about it. Mikkel, getting caught up in the middle of that. I don't think he's going to stay. I think he is going to go back to Europe, which is a bummer. I really like him. I like Matea. I think they're so fun. But we saw Austin Forkner's retirement video yesterday. I made a whole reel about it. You can go see my thoughts on that. Austin is one of those that'll just be in a category of like fastest ever to not get a championship and just be plagued by injury, and it just sucks. We also know that Jalek Swoll is probably out. Jalek is, again, battling injuries. I'm a big fan of Sophia, his fiance. So it's got to be pretty stressful planning a wedding and trying to figure out like where your next paycheck is coming from. Have not heard if they've locked in Deacon Deno, who is their SMX Next rider, but he's had like a decent run and probably involved in developing that bike too. So I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Deacon Deno grab a contract from Triumph. Other silly season looking down the list, Cooper Webb. I tweeted this like months ago that it looks like the Tedder thing is going to happen. And everybody's like, this is a joke. So when it officially comes out, I'm going to send so many screenshots. Just be prepared. So it sounds like it's going to be with a substantial like personal investment from Cooper to get some of the parts and things that he wants, which I love, honestly. It's not like he's just like downgrading to Tedder and coasting into the sunset. Like Tedder, they have a lot of money and infrastructure that Cooper wants, to be involved in. He also has Top Gun MX. He has his house in Lake Norman. I think, the family will move to North Carolina. He's got a little more freedom. So it's not like he's just like coasting at the end of his contract. So I think that's really cool. Let's see. Other other silly season talk. What else can we talk about? We saw some World Supercross announcements. Jason Anderson is back. That's all I'll pretty much say on that. Kevin Moranz is going to race some World Supercross rounds. I don't know which ones. Our boy Grant Harlan, who is also on Kevin Moranz Racing, is not yet, which I would love to see Grant and Mina get paid to go gallivanting all over the world, but have not heard anything there. Devin Simonson, thinking about club, things like that. Cody Schock was supposed to be racing. Cody's obviously like rehabbing the arm, so that's not going to be part of it. I would really love to go to the Canadian round. There's a chance that I'll be there, but just thinking about how much travel I'm going to do for Moto in the fall. If I go to Australia, trying to like keep everything even keeled, all that fun stuff. So that is that for silly season. Southwick picks. I do not have my Redbud picks. I just know that I did not have Ryder D because I took it off. I took him off of my picks, and I regret that because he's on the podium. Showed me up. So for 450s, we have Kunin's coming over for 450s and 250s. So I think that Lucas is absolutely going to get in the mix. I think he will win a moto. Whether he wins the first one or the second one is TBD. I think he'll win the first one. So let's say P goes 1-2. That'll give him the second. I think Hunter will go 2-1. So it'll be Hunter, Lucas. South Deegan and Cooper Webb have been testing there. So like, does Deegan get on the podium and beat Jet? Because last weekend Deegan did beat him in a moto, but didn't get on the podium. So he is gunning for it. I'm gonna say Hunter, Lucas, Jet. I can't put Hayden up. I can't do it yet. Sorry. 250s. I think that Sasha is gonna be in it. I think Sasha could win it, honestly, but Sasha, Crasha. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's either gonna crash or he's gonna win. That's his whole thing. So people are very high on them because they know sand from Lommel. But I really like that when they've been asked about it, they're like, yeah, we know how to ride sand. It's innate, but like, it's not like what we hang our hat on. We hang our hat on like being well-rounded riders. So I think that's really cool. So let's put, I'm on the Davies train. Let's do Davies, Sasha, Ryder D. I'm not going to do my boy Ryder D dirty on that. Other things, like I said, teasing a special guest that I'm very excited about. So that will be coming soon. My episode of The Failed Experiment with my buddy Kyle Cowling is coming up. It releases on July 13th. And I'm very nervous about this. I was very we talked about a lot of personal stuff. So this one is going to be close to my heart. Yeah, so I'm nervous. But anyhow, Kyle is going to come on my show. I'm very excited. So the day that my episode drops, Kyle is coming on Real Housewives Moto. And so we're going to get to talk about his experience in the industry and then subsequently leaving the industry and being a creative in Moto. I think that's a very niche demographic that I have actually connected with a lot of creatives in Moto. And so we're going to talk about that. I'm very excited. So that will be fun. Please I'll be on the lookout for that. Again, if you do not follow me in all the places, please find me on Instagram and X and YouTube and all the things. On my Instagram, there is a link to free stickers. I now have international shipping for stickers. So if you are an Aussie RHoMie, hit me on the link in my Instagram and I will send you some stickers. I love writing snail mail. I was actually looking for some like wax seals in my color purple. I can't quite find them and I'm not deviating from my brand. It's got to be the right purple. If you know, you know. So I love snail mail. Get on there. And yeah, we'll see you after Redbud.